So welcome all. As a continuation from the polymer unit in applied chemistry, we are going to discuss an important topic that is need of the power. We know that the plastic materials which we use, we can put in other words as polymers, has a more hazardous effect over the environment. Not only over the land, it's over the sea, and if you burn it, it gets a very great impact over the air. So, a lot of things happens. If you burn a plastic material, it produces dioxide and it produces cancer. A person without any involvement in making a pollution, he is affected by what the other person is doing. So in this session, we will discuss a case study regarding biodegradable polymers and the need for biodegradable polymers. Because we know that we can't avoid plastics or polymers in this modern world, but how could we convert our current status into a biodegradable polymer? Okay, shall we proceed? Yes.
Biodegradable polymers cause long-term pollution. But the biodegradable polymers reduces the pollution and make the nature pure. Rising plastic waste became globally crisis. So to avoid this, globally they taken a challenge like to reduce plastic. They use biodegradable polymer to reduce the plastic in the places like lands and oceans. Sustainable resource. Many biodegradable polymers are taken from the renewable sources like corn starch, potato starch, almost they are available in nature. It is also renewable source and it can be easily gettable and not polluted. Nowadays, the bioreactions are getting very less green process because due to overpollution, somewhat industry going to have difficulty.
Compostability. Certain biodegradable polymers are composted, enhancing the soil rich, but the biodegradable polymers does not make the soil rich. Safer for wildlife. Wildlife often inject plastic waste, which leads to injury or death. These are always degradable safely and ecosystem. In Japan and Germany and all, they are now implementing the biodegradable polymers. Like Coca-Cola companies and some of the companies in Germany and Japan have started to start their Coca-Cola bottles and wrappers in biodegradable polymers. Because we are using plastics, sometimes it's affected by the domestic animals because sometimes the cows and the animals are eating plastics we are throwing outside the bottles like covers. They are getting affected by digestive problem and getting killed by us because of we are using the plastic bottles and throwing. To take an initiative process, Germans and Japan, some companies have started to make their water bottles and wrappers like biodegradables.
So, as from your point of view, what we discussed, so non-degradable polymers is creating a great impact over the environment. Yeah, it's producing soil pollution. When you burn, it produces some greenhouse effects or some toxic chemicals, which creates a human environment is difficult for living. Am I right? Yeah. The aquatic animal is also being affected by the plastic. We are thinking that just we are throwing a paper outside, but it gets into the water cycle and it enters into the river and the ocean. And the ocean currents, which moves from one place to another place, we put a plastic paper here and it reaches Antarctica. So it is a worldwide phenomenon. It's an issue, am I right? So as you said, like in Japan or China, the solution is first we can avoid the usage of plastics, and in whatever the way we use, if we convert our things into a biodegradable one, it will be helpful for the environment. So we should encourage the research and to produce more biodegradable material will be a good one for a sustainable environment. Am I right? Yeah. Thank you.
And